the speaker talked about making sure that our wives are independent. That you should uh, let your wife have sense of responsibility, not sense of entitlement. Thank you. Yes, that's what I'm just quoting the speaker. Yes, so and in doing so, he was talking about trying to make sure that your wife has something doing, even if she's a full-time housewife, just make sure that she has something that, oh, if today you are no more, she can be able to carry on with the affairs of your home. So, what I want us to discuss is I've seen some men sharing their fear, you understand, as to having an independent wife. There are times, women at times when they know that they have it more than you do, or they have it in equal proportion, or they have something, you find out that that respect, that I think, was it on Thursday or Wednesday, sir? We were talking about, uh, sir? Yes, that we were discussing because most of our colleagues in the office, some of them are more of like the women, oh, the women colleague, the female colleagues. Some of them are more of like breadwinners in their homes.
They are more independent.
Yes, so like no, they even have the resources more than their husbands. So yeah, so so it has become issues, and we have cases of them, divorce, separation, this overload. Oh. Thank you, sir. Yeah. You are loaded.
Like this, they have to be fat.
Yes, so thank you so much, sir. Yeah. Let me keep this one behind. Mm. So it's still on, as in like, how do we handle that? Okay, our speaker today is encouraging us that we should ensure that our wives are independent. Now there is still this fear aspect of, this my wife, from the way she looks, by the time she begin to have her own, she won't listen to me. Oh, there won't be peace in this home. Oh, I don't know. I'm just bringing it up. How do we balance, sir? You understand the point I'm trying to bring up? So, are there issues? I'm just quoting what I wrote here. Are there issues with having an independent wife? Are there issues in having an independent wife?
Okay.
I hope you got the point I'm trying to bring up.
Well.
Yes.
Okay, so I started working at the airport in 2009. The person I started working with, Mr. Daniel Otachi.
Yeah.
His wife was the full housewife as at then.
Okay. Full housewife.
Yes, when I started working with him. So over time, he got some serious contacts at the airport. They were the one even asking, "What do you want me to do for you?" As at then, he enrolled the wife to go for a degree program.
Okay.
So when she went for the degree program, they were having issues even before she started the program. I think I heard one time that one of his bosses at the airport gave him some serious dollars, and he took it home. She took the dollars, went away. After spending it, she came back. So he still went ahead, enrolled her in school, tried to empower her. Since it's money, he felt it was money that was the problem. So he said, since it's money, let her have her own money. Probably when she's able to spend and then she feel the pain of how to get it.
Yeah.
Probably she'll realize probably the good he's in. But it didn't turn out that way. In 2019, when I got married, just a few months after I got married, we separated.
With the wife?
Yes. Now, the minister of, I think, Interior then, now gave him a referral letter. He took it to the prison. And he got a job for her. No interview, no nothing. Then she had not even graduated. I think she was in her final year then. He gave her the job. She was doing well. Travel everywhere in Nigeria because she entered as a graduate. She got a good rank and then promotion was coming. She was even going for courses that he was even still sponsoring her. Even as she was working, still sponsoring her. And after all said and done, they separated because they now discovered that she went to her hometown, was building a mansion. He was not aware.
In her father's house.
Yes.
She's independent.
So I think to an extent that's another area. But I just felt he would have seen the signs.
Yeah.
And he would have probably preferred a solution. You can meet a counselor.
Yeah.
He was close to then Dr. Paul Eneche. Very close to Dr. Paul Eneche then. I think he was the assistant pastor at one time in Dunamis Church in Kujere. So I just felt he was probably not observant, and that's talking about striking a balance.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to tell my friend, see, I have known my wife to an extent, even before we got married. I knew she was not the type that was entitled to us, that had that sense of entitlement.
Yeah.
If you give her, she won't ask. If you don't give her, she won't ask. She feels she's contented with whatever you provide. That's like, so over time I knew, okay, this is how it is. I try to, as much as I try to strike a balance, I have looked for, when she was working in Jos, I looked for a job for her to be brought to Abuja. The job was now paying even double than what she was receiving in Jos. And then when she came, I discovered that now that she's making more money, I need to make more money. See, I just felt, okay, that's the only way to balance it. Because if she will bring 300,000 home, I am not bringing 500, 600,000 home. Probably, see, for women, there is always that psychologically they will tend to move towards that direction. Now, they now discover, oh, this man is trying his best to even do more. Throughout our work in Jos, I never asked her how much she was paid. I never knew how much she was paid. She was into a contribution that was not up to her salary. I was completing it every month for her. So I, even as we are trying to make the woman independent, take responsibility on that thing she's even getting that's making her feel independent.
Yeah.
Because if you give them this, okay, this man is still doing a lot, even after a lot that I am receiving. So I think if it works for you that way, it might not work for you this way, but just look for a balance.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, striking a balance, because there's advantage to it and there's disadvantage. Everything we do in life.
Yeah.
So it mustn't be about making a woman independent. If there's an opportunity for my wife to get a job, I don't used to look for a job. But if there's an opportunity for her to get a job, even in a better place, that'll pay times 10 of this. I know that if she get that job, I am looking for times 10 of what I am getting.
Yeah.
So that I won't give her that sense of entitlement that she's doing anything in the house or anything in the family that I cannot do. I won't want to put her in that position to want to be thinking that that's the way I see to strike my own balance. And so far so good, it's working. I pray it continue to work like that, and God will help us.
Amen.
God will help us.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think just like Bruno was saying, we had that discussion of late. And I think I was also trying to cite an example of one clip I saw on the internet on two people that were walking. You know, these prank guys are happening these days. They'll just go and prank you and then expose some things in your relationship. Okay. So they went and pranked these two couples that were walking. And it was like somebody was looking for the woman to date her, and she was doing shakara. So that a sniper was hiding somewhere. So he held the phone and he was saying, shoot. So when the man had shoot, he ran away and left the wife. You understand? So when they realized that it was a prank, so they went and met him. He was hiding in under one bush like that. The way she beat the hell out of him, in that, yes, she was calling him names, stupid idiot, see this idiot that I'm feeding, this idiot that I'm clothing, this idiot that I'm doing this. In fact, the insult alone made the guy to be even, he was ashamed. Yeah. And the guy that pranked them was like, "Haba, madam, this is too much. This is too much." So my wife said, but how can this guy not go and do even something small? I said, no, madam. Most likely this guy is doing something small that the woman is not appreciating.
Yeah.
Simply because it's not more than what she's doing. You get that? So it happens. It happens. And like he said, the last time we were discussing with some people in the office, and they were like, if their wives were to be in their shoes, they don't know how they will end up at home. Okay. And sincerely, you just nailed it, on the right point. The issue there is that you can feed a woman for 100 years, but if she venture to feed you for 1 month, the world will hear it.
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know why it is like that. Even though I know there are those that are not like that, but they are very, in fact, they are
very few.
very
Very few.
Okay. The majority of women, their instinct comes out when they begin to get empowered, especially when they know that their power is more than the one you generate. All right. So it's an issue, and it's something that I think we can also begin to train our wives, in that. When I was so bitter when I saw that video, and my wife saw it in me, and she was asking me that I hope I'm not like that. I just looked at her and I smiled. You understand? But I know that is something that is innate in them. But God will help us that as we keep on growing, we'll be training them. That the time will come that you might be able to get more than what I'm earning.
Yeah.
But you should put your mind down. Okay? You should understand that it is God that owns everything. So it is very, very important that we have that understanding and that we train them also in that aspect. I think part of settling our wives, we must settle their mentality also in this aspect.
Yes.
If not, one day you might end up becoming the boy at home. Majority of it, they don't know how to handle power very well. They don't know.
They misuse it.
Yeah, they misuse it. They don't know how to handle it very well. So let me stop there.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Honestly, I know of some men that it's because of this fear that some will even say, no, my wife will never work. You understand? Some will even say, for this reason, I have seen the signs in her. If this woman will be empowered, I will become a trash in this house. So that is why I said, are there issues? How do we handle such kind of things? Because the truth is that on one end, you need her to be empowered because you never know tomorrow. You understand? Even though you are the breadwinner, something could just happen suddenly and you lose your job. So where do you fall back to? If she has something doing, that will be your kind of a backup plan. You understand? So something that will keep the family pending when you sort things out. But there is still other fear of, okay, if she's the one that is the breadwinner, will she be able to, as he said, will she be able to manage that power that she has gotten? Will she still remain that humble wife that will still regard you as her head? Or she will now start thinking that you are now a liability to her? So I just pray that God will help us, because it's actually okay, sir. Yeah. No, you can talk. Okay, let me give him the okay. No.
Yeah. The wife practically does everything. Now it's like this. Now it's vice versa. She does everything and asks for nothing in return. Okay, the only time you are supposed to support, Now sometimes they say giving, you must not have everything before you give. Even with the little you have, you tell. And that's why God sometimes don't empower some people. Because even with the little they have, they are not faithful to even release it. Now, this woman does everything. She's higher than you in the office. She's the one taking care of all the children. And the children are seeing this and it's going. At her retirement now that you have attained a certain height in the civil service that you're supposed to assist her, that's the time now you will now say she's going to suffer. So sometimes even the men too are at fault. So it's vice versa. So we just pray that God will help us though, because
Amen. Yes, sir. You're trying to say something.
God will help us.
Amen.
I know, this kind of topic is usually open-ended.
Yeah.
You hardly know the beginning or get the end, because so many things might be applicable as to why maybe some scenarios are playing out. There could be, foundational issues. There could be things that came up as a result of the relationship while in marriage.
Yeah.
Anything can happen, but I think just trying to give an input based on what two of my brothers said. I believe generally, even biblically, women were not wired to be breadwinners. They are help meet.
Yes.
So anything that takes them outside that territory has the tendency to flare up their emotion in the wrong direction. So I think it is something that maybe those who are yet to marry
Yes.
have to really, take cognizance of, because foundationally, you have to engage your partner to be, or if you are married, your partner, so that you are able to know if this is a scenario this can take, or the other person. I know some things might not really show until you are married.
Exactly. But there are some signs.
There are some signs which we usually neglect.
Yes.
So however, in a situation whereby maybe there's that fear, truly many people are having that fear.
Yes.
And that's just the truth. But I believe that the antidote to that is leadership.
Yeah.
Now, your wife can earn more than you. There's a scenario God can bring a breakthrough that your wife can earn 10 times. And okay, you will try to look for 20 times, you cannot get.
Yeah.
But the question is, building up, coming together and building up a marital relationship, has it come to that point where she truly believes in your leadership? That's a question.
Yeah.
Because if a woman truly believes in your leadership, I tell you the truth, that money she's earning at the end of the month, she'll drop it at your feet.
Yes.
That's I was going to give.
Because because she believes that maybe you are inclined inspirationally to bring up ideas, which could be business ideas, which could be family ideas, whatsoever, that will help promote the home. But until you've won her heart in terms of that leadership, that place she might doubt.
Yes.
It might be shaky. And so many things are influencing them out there.
Yeah.
They've heard of so many stories. And the truth of the matter is they are weaker vessels.
Yes.
So the number one thing is that as men, we have to strive for that. Let them believe. And when they believe in your leadership, even the children, it's easier for them to believe in you.
Yeah.
So that leadership, I think, is key.
Yes.
Because you don't even try to show her that you are just leveraging on what she's bringing. No. As a matter of fact, when it comes, you are the one that maybe through God, through prayer, through the inspiration of the Spirit, being able to tell her, you can use this, do this, and she see it yielding in result. It will be difficult to. It will be difficult to be. But when you are sentimental, or you are being biased, because some men, we see money, we relax.
Yeah.
We feel that that one will trigger a lot of issues.
Yeah.
So, but it's not a one-way thing. But we have to trust God in the place of leadership. Very, very important.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Before you give us your, you can use that one. Sorry.
Yes.
Just use it. Yeah. You wanted to give us an example, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have this family at the airport. Number one, the woman is older than the man. That's number one.
That's number one.
Number two was that he resigned from his work to 2011 and went from 2011 to about 2020 or so without a job. And he was
testifying one time during Bible study and was telling us how things are going on in his family. And when this woman collects her salary, she hands it over to him. Remember, she's older than him.
One. And two,
So
she's the breadwinner.
Yeah. She handed it over to him, and he's the one who is, distributing the whole thing, and like that it goes. But there's something I also observe from the man, right? Yes, one is the leadership. The other thing is that the man does the other things that the woman is supposed to do to help her.
Wow.
Right. So first, I would say you need to respect yourself too.
Yeah.
If she's any more than you, you yourself, you need to at least respect yourself, because once you now go and start doing, yes,
Like me, I don't like going to market. I'm the market person in my house.
You see? That's it.
I
Yeah.
don't like it before. I don't have option.
That's good.
So the man
To
will
balance things
will
up.
at home
Mm.
prepare the children, do the school run
Yeah.
when they were that small, even go ahead prepare food. So she's coming back from work to rest.
Yeah.
But a situation where she's the breadwinner,
And she comes
and then you are
doing,
seated at home, nothing, just maybe gisting with friends. Just know that
Yeah.
however gentle or humble she is, in no time she's going to react.
Yeah.
She will be tired of the
Yeah.
whole thing. So
Yeah.
if you are now supportive to some of those things already, that humility is there already, and you will be able to go for long. But just what I wanted to add, I agree to every other thing we have said, is that you need to also respect yourself
humility.
and do the things you are supposed to do. Don't just go out of the line anyhow.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to come back home when you're supposed to come back home, please come back home. If you're supposed to do some things, please just help do it.
Yeah.
But if you yourself start to misbehave, just know that she will take it far and beyond.
Yeah. Yes. In fact, I was wondering whether I was to respond first or you, and not knowing that what you are saying is going to add up to it's a practical example, something that just happened recently. A brother that we were attending the same fellowship together back then in the university. He's based in Mina. In fact, he just got married this last December.
Okay.
And even though it's not a surprise, because we've had marriages that have not lasted that long, but as we are talking now, the marriage has ended.
Oh.
Yes, the marriage ended first week of April, from December to the first week of April.
Oh.
And
3 months or 4 months. This is serious.
you understand? And the reason is because of this resource issue. And what actually led to that is the lady felt she was being duped, because as far as she is concerned, that the young man deceived her.
No, open up.
Yes, open up in the sense that in his mind, he married her to come and take care of the
possession.
Yes, because she's a nurse, a certified nurse. She's doing well. Her salary is solid. He's a microbiologist, and he's working with this primary health care, Niger State Primary Health Care. So, pay-wise, she earns more than him. He was not bothered. In fact, that was the main reason why he went for her. So, immediately, she was the one that was telling us, his friends now, she was telling us some of her revelations and the reasons why, as far as she's concerned, she's not going into this. In fact, a week to their marriage, they wanted to call off the wedding. A week to the wedding, they wanted to call it off. Her dad, who is living here in Suleja, had to call her and told her that if she dares call off that wedding, that he will kill himself. And she loves the man.
Oh.
So she went into the marriage to save her father. She was just telling us this, we didn't know. You know, we were trying to, because they have been battling, they started fighting on the wedding day.
Before the wedding day, but
The Eto, the one that became
obvious.
obvious that people knew,
Jesus.
you understand? They fought on the wedding day. People had to separate them.
Serious.
In fact, she was begging him that he should divorce her that day. You understand? And I'm telling you, it's just because she felt this guy married her because, one, she's a nurse. Two, she earns more than him. Three, the worst part is the fact that he wants her to be funding everything in the home, buying food, doing everything. Then him, he will just be,
he will still be the man.
and be, yes. She say lie over her dead body. So the young man is trying to redeem his image, but he's already late. She said no, not at all. As far as she is concerned, he deceived her.
Actually, he got married for the wrong reason.
Yes, that's it. That's it. And Monday, someone that was a bit closer to him, because we attend the same church here, the other guy who was his best man, told me that, you know, in the course of trying to reconcile them, he told me that when he took that lady to his people, that his people were like, this girl, you know, she was looking classic. You know, she earns more than he does. So they were now telling him that, don't allow this lady to go and be packing your little change. Oh. This lady that is like, her eyes don't tear. Look at the way she's, the kind of perfume, the kind of clothes she's wearing. You know, they were intimidated by her social status. His own people. You understand? So they were telling him. So I don't know whether it's part of the things they told him. He was not, that if he wants to give her money, he will do like this. He will turn his back. He will put his hand in his pocket. He will turn his back and cut like this. She was the one telling us this. You understand? And say, take. If they want to do shopping, you say, how much is the budget? She will tell him. You now say, okay, me, I'm bringing 40%. You understand? So as we are talking now, that in fact she has packed out of his house
already.
Yes, she has packed out of his house. As if she knew it. When they got married, she refused to. She renewed her rent. No, she was living. Yes, you know, it was to save the father's life. That's why she went. So she even knew that. Yes. You know, so it was more of, she just packed her things back to her
I
house
think,
where she was living before. That we ignore.
I had a sign like that. Sorry, when we were in the university,
Yes.
we just even discussed this with my wife last night when we were chatting.
Yeah.
There was this lady I became very close with. Okay, how it started was that, you know, I went through remedials before our result came out. So while in the remedials, of course, I usually am quiet. So she saw me as somebody, the kind of person she liked.
Yeah.
You know, quietness and everything. I didn't know. So until assignment joined us together, group assignment, and I was just being a friend. I didn't know that she had a long-term, you know, thought about me.
Intentions.
So we became so close. We went into 100 level. We were so close. In fact, so close because new friendship now no go to command na
Yeah.
well, so you were okay until one guy that we came from the same secondary school together, he met me, was like, "Kai, bro, I like this in our relationship. Nothing will ever separate you from it." That was when my eyes just I was like, so I am in a relationship. Yeah, I'm not aware, Jibo, I'm not aware. So, but what I want to stress out is this: in the course of our relating with her, I was very, very let me say observant of whatever it is that she says. One day we were talking and she said, Ita, entire Auri, she's going to build her own house somewhere. Moreover, she's educated. So that Masun Sam with their mother make it into match, we just carry their child.
That's a red flag.
In my own heart, I just did like this. You mean you go and leave me? You understand? But that was one of the major disqualifying thoughts or words that came out from her. And since then, my mind just like, okay. So I think the signs were there.
Yes.
The most time we choose to ignore. Yeah, we choose to ignore.
Thank you so much.
Okay.